We are coming off of a 7-game win streak that was ended thanks to one of the craziest games, one of the dumbest games you'll ever witness in your life. So we're going to try and put this game against Pittsburgh behind us. If you want to see what happened in that game, if you didn't watch it, then go watch the last couple of minutes of game time to see what unfolds there. But moving on from that game, we still have the rest of the year to get through today. So first thing here is a prospect spotlight for middle linebacker Eric Boston. So we're going to use focus scouting on him, as well as the top receiver Dante Royals and right guard Sergio Pritchett in the upcoming draft class. My main eye for players in the draft class coming up is probably going to be more so for depth, because we have plenty of cap room, a lot of contracts up to be negotiated for a lot of free agents like Aaron Donald, Hassan Reddick, and players like that. So we'll see what happens in terms of the money aspect and filling holes. But we start off here with a win against the Panthers, 21-16. Craig had 2 touchdowns, threw a pick, but was 18 for 21. And Bryson was not that good in this game. Mixon had 4.6 on the ground. Jose Dubose scored in his, I believe, his first game with us. And Cooper Kupp had a touchdown, lead the way for us. Daymond caught one as well. Alford had about 50 or so yards. We had a sack from Reddick and Donald. Those two guys continue to just rack up sacks week by week. And Younghoe Koo continues a near perfect season in kicking. We also take it down the Cardinals in our very next week. Another 1-score win here against Joey Simpson and the Cardinals. 2 more touchdowns for Craig, another pick. A worse rating than last game, but the running game seems to be working out pretty well for the Rams this season. Cooper Kupp is picking things up with 82 yards here again. A touchdown for Donald, 39 yards for Alford, and a touchdown for Jeff Reinhardt as well. So the defense, or the offense rather, continues to improve and puts up 20-plus points a game. Another pick for Richards here to add on to his league-leading total. Younghoe Koo is once again perfect. And now our first look here at the playoff picture. And the Rams are the 1 seed right now. And there are a couple of teams trailing us. It's the Eagles, Falcons, and one other team that are trailing behind us right now, trying to finish off their year strong. So we'll see what happens. But we win a 3rd straight game here to tack on to our win streak after the loss against the Steelers. We take down the Cowboys. 3 touchdowns for Prescott, 2 for Craig, a pick for either quarterback. Bolton came in for 1 play and threw an 18-yard completion. Both guys had less than 100 yards and over 4 yards a carry. Austin Thurston caught 2 touchdowns. Kupp caught 2. He is racking up the touchdowns this year, man. Having a really strong second half to his season. 3 sacks for Donald, 2.5 for Baz Knight. Fantastic game for both of these two, and because of these sacks, we actually have a breakout chance for Baz Knight here in this showcase game against Seattle. So if we hold them to like 150 total yards, or if he gets 3 INTs, fumbles, tackles for losses, or sacks combined, then he'll get X Factor, which would be huge alongside Aaron Donald and Hassan Reddick on this defensive line. But going into this game, could be a trap game. They're 4-8. They're terrible. And they have lost several games in a row. We're going to throw it deep against them, but this could be a trap game. Who knows what's going to happen? Looking for a really dominant showing from our defense in this one. We enter with the number 1 overall defense in points per game, number 1 pass defense, number 3 rush defense, and we're also top 3 in points scored. So we're keeping things going. They've got Will Pollard, the rookie quarterback, who was taken, I think, top 10. But he hasn't played this year. He's thrown 1 attempt all year long because Sam Howell right now is getting those snaps. And because Pollard's not, I guess, good enough, he did not win the quarterback battle in the preseason. So kind of going to a backup quarterback, year 1 kind of a thing like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. But now we got a game against DK Metcalf and Trevor Alford, who are the 2 league-leading receivers across the NFL. So we'll see if these 2 guys can take their teams to a win here, as Metcalf is obviously having a monster year, over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Alford's got over 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. So the Touchdown production is not very high, but we'll see if he can tack on a few more to his total on the year today. Here we go. On the road in Lumen Field, taking on the 4-8 Seattle Seahawks. These guys are not very good. Here we go at Lumen Field. The Rams enter, winners of 3 straight games, all of them one score. Are we in store for another one here today? Let's find out in Seattle. The offense starts with the ball, as it seems like we typically do. Can we avoid a 3-and-outs? Who knows? But Craig's up to 21 touchdowns, 10 INTs, over 3,300 yards. We have a top 3 passing offense, one of the best across the entire NFL, just like last season. And Trevor Offord is only getting better than last year, too. Give it to Mixon on the first carry. He'll get around 6 yards. Want to see a more efficient running day than we had against the Steelers. Obviously had a couple of big touchdown runs in that game. But 3 straight wins since then. Ground game has been doing pretty well game by game. We're going to dump it for Mixon. Blockers up ahead. He is stalled a yard shy. A single yard to go. They're stacking the box. We go play fake like we always do on 3rd and 1. But Kupp's wide open down the sideline inside the Seattle 35. And this is bad news. Trevor Offord goes down on the block on the first drive of the game. The league's second leading receiver, only behind DK Metcalf. He's been our best player on the offensive side of the ball. That means that Jermaine Donald will get more involved here, and he's got it inside the red zone. This is going to look like our best opening drive in several weeks. Maybe our best opening drive of the season. If we can put this one in the end zone, that is. On the 16, back to the air. Over the middle, almost intercepted. Bad throw from Craig. We got Brandon Randolph out there now, top of the screen. Kupp wrapped up for no gain. The end around never works. In danger of the drive, stalling here in the red zone. 3rd and 10. Craig's pressured, and he takes a sack. Loss of 11. Field goal coming up. Spoke too soon about this drive, looking good. You definitely take 3 opening points, though, so nice to have a lead after a single drive. But out comes Sam Howell, 19 touchdowns, 6 INTs. He's taking care of the ball better than Craig has, and just hasn't thrown the ball as much as we have. So first drive, first Seattle, going to be really intrigued to see what DK Metcalf does against this defense. But we got pressure on Howell immediately, and he lost the ball. It's a fumble. Recovered by Murray, forced by Hassan Reddick. First play of the game, I think that was a clean one. I think that one came out before he was down by contact. Definitely. The Rams defense makes a play on the first play from scrimmage. Are you serious? What a team we have on that side of the ball, man. Every single game, they're showing you what they can do. No, last episode was a fluke. Not going to count that one against them. Pressure up the middle for Craig, on the move to Donald. 9 yards. Need a single yard for goal to go. Mixon's got holes, and he's in there. Touchdown, Rams. The defense creates an opportunity, and the offense punches this one in. A quick 2-score lead. Next drive for Seattle after the opening play fumble that led to a touchdown. 10-0 Rams. Walker on the give. Only 2. Don't forget that Quincy Basnight needs either like 3 tackles for loss, 4 fumbles, or sacks in total combined to get X Factor. Or we got to hold Seattle to 150 or less total yards, which is obviously incredibly difficult and probably is not going to happen. But if we can do that, then we have another X Factor on this defensive line. Howell's under pressure. He throws it away again, and they're going to have to punt. No yards yet. They're going backwards only. The offense comes back out, starting from our 33-yard line. Going to Randolph, but it's incomplete. Craig just sometimes misses these like 2-yard throws. Very strange. And we got 2nd and 10. Mixon there in the backfields. Seahawks bring 5. We got time. That's Reinhardt for 5. Trying to keep the drive going under pressure and taken down. Tompkins got to Craig. Their 2nd sack of the first quarter. When Seattle has brought pressure against Craig, they've been very successful in causing some problems back there in the pocket. So far, that game plan is working out for them. Going to see if the offensive line can step up against their pass rush. Going to force another throwaway from Howell. That's been all of his passes thus far. Pressure abound on almost every play back there in the pocket. Going to throw it again. Under pressure again, another throwaway. He just has no time to throw. This offensive line is having their hands full. They need the 31.5-yard line for a new set of downs. Another throwaway, 5 straight to open the game for Howell. After a fumble, no less. There's been no sign of Trevor Offer just yet, and that is just, that hurts because now I'm just worried. If Offer doesn't return, that makes me scared for potentially how long the injury could be for. So I really hope that I see him back out there soon because we need him for this offense to really function very well. But there's Cooper Kupp across the 50 for a first down. That'll keep this drive going. We're now in plus territory. Yeah, so with 5 out, Kupp is going to have to step up, and so will McDonald and Brandon Randolph because they're probably still going to go fairly pass heavy, and those guys are going to be out there a lot more. Reinhardt too. Inside the Seattle 40. Mixon's got good blocking, but the hole collapses quickly. Whatever you do, do not take a sack here or a loss of yardage. We're going to throw it. Quick one. Kups. Got it. Way to hang on through the contact. Under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Play action from the 34. And we got Kupp wide open down the sideline. A dot from Craig. And we're setting up shop inside the 10. That's a great toe tap by Kupp as well. He's having a really strong first quarter. Quick throw again. Incomplete. Trying to go for Randolph. From the 7, Mixon. Gets only 2 yards on the ground. Really want to see this red zone offense be efficient here in this game. Give us a 3-score lead here in the first quarter. Craig outside. It's Reinhardt inside the 1, but shy of the goal line. What do the Rams do? We're going to settle for 3. About an inch or 2 out. Should have done this back against the Steelers. Field goal is up and good. 13-0 Rams. 2 drives have stalled here in the red zone. We're off to about as good of a start as you could ask for. And there's their first completion. 15 yards to DK Metcalf. Was waiting to see when he would show up. That is the end of this first quarter. The Rams are in full control right now. First play of the quarter. Howell on the move. Play action. He just throws this one away as pressure was coming up. Pass defense so far has been great. Not sure what exactly Howell is seeing downfield exactly, but looks like he's not seen a whole lot that he feels comfortable throwing into. He's got reception here to Smith and Jigba for 5 more yards to bring up 3rd down and 5. The Rams stack the box. Got Walker in the backfield. They will go play action. Howell's got good blocking. He throws another one away. Nothing being allowed by this defense. Ramzo comes back out. Defense right now making it very easy for us to win this ball game. Tipped up, incomplete. Tried to go for Donald down the field, but Tariq Woolen was there in coverage. Evident too many deep shots like that. Pretty much only had the one to cup, and that was it. Gonna drop back again. Quick throw. We got Reinhardt on the tight end wheel routes. First down and more across the 50. You recall last year, I think it was in the playoffs maybe, where we had that same exact route that Reinhardt dropped it on. So good to see him haul that one in. Things always get murky for the Rams around the 40 and the red zone. This one's caught on a comebacker. It's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. Weatherspoon on that tackle. Reinhardt up to 4 grabs for just below 40 yards. Just possibly within field goal range for Koo. And now we're going to get there. Another wheel route for Reinhardt and another first down. But now Zach McCoy is down and injured. One of our up-and-coming offensive linemen has been so great since he was drafted. He will also head to the locker room alongside young receiver Trevor Offord. The 1st and 10. We're inside the 20. Our 3rd red zone trip. The first 2 were field goals only. 5 to go on 2nd down. Clean pockets. Caught. First down for Randolph. Goal to go now from the 8s. We're going to throw it over the middle, and Reinhardt can't hang on, but had 2 guys there in coverage. A tough grab. Potentially have Kupp on an island top of the screen. We're going to hand it off instead, and Mixon gets a couple. Another 3rd and goal coming up. How many times have we seen this? Trips top of your screen, Donald towards the bottom. Craig stepping up, and he's got it! Waltzing it untouched. A rushing touchdown for Craig. His first touchdown today. $20-0 Rams. 6:09 to go here in the first half. Had to have a game like this against 4-18 like the Seahawks, man. Aaron Donald just completely bulldozed the right guard. Easy sack. 8-yard loss. If we keep this up, Baz Knight might actually have a shot to get X Factor. Here's Walker spinning out of a tackle, and he is just shy of the first down. Thank God. They're going to have to punt. I didn't realize that McKinney is also out for the game. A bruised sternum should not knock out Offord for more than this week. So he's not going to come back this game, but we won't really need him. Turf toe should only be a one-week thing for McKinney, I hope. But 3 guys are out, and they're all key starters. Of Donald, Teffer, McCoy, that's going to be probably a multi-week injury you would have to imagine. But for now, we're going to miss McKinney and Offord for the rest of this game. McCoy, probably 2. Another stop for our defense, though, and we start from our own 22. Play action on 1st and 10. Over the middle. Kupp wide open. He's having a monster first half. That will now put him in the zone as he has now surpassed 100+ yards on the day. Donald dropped for a loss of 1. That was a poor route. 11 to go on 2nd. Seahawks bring 4. Craig's under pressure and just throws it away. 5 wide on 3rd down. The Seahawks bring the house. But we've got the first down to Brandon Randolph. New set of downs. More play action. And Craig is way off the mark. Back to an empty set. Quick throw. Incomplete for Donalds. Knocked away by Devon Witherspoon. Now from the 45, we got 3rd and 10. 5 wide for the 2nd straight play. More pressure from Seattle. And they get to Craig. Their third sack here in the first half. And this drive's going nowhere. 2:42 to play here in the first half. Howell under pressure immediately. Tough throw. Nowhere to go. Well, it makes sense why this offense is so bad this year. Their offensive line stinks. Howell's got no time to make a throw down the field unless he has to extend the play by himself, which he's not, the best at. He can do it, but he's not great at that. Another pressure from Donald. Floated and out of reach for DK Metcalf. Well, thanks to our defense's quick stop once again, we start from the 40. We're pretty much just watching the offense play this whole game, which I appreciate because it gives you a lot more insights. I feel like you have a good idea about the defense, but the offense still got to figure out some things. It's not perfect. Here's the warning at Lumen Field. Need 8 yards on second down. Craig's got time. Hauled in by Trumaine Donald for a first down. We're back in Seattle territory. He's got 41 yards now on 4 receptions. He and Reinhardt having very similar games today. Gonna throw it again over the middle. Randolph hangs on. Cross the 30-yard line. Rams trying to score again before the half. It's like a 2022 Jets kind of performance from the Seahawks on the offensive end. Another wheel route caught by Reinhardt. Done that play 3 times so far, and it's worked for a first down on all 3 attempts. We use our first timeout with 53 seconds to play. Would love to get a red zone touchdown on this drive. There's Kupp, out of bounds after 8 yards. 259 passing yards for Craig, man. He is dialing shit up in this first half. We've thrown the ball so many times. We've already ran more plays here in the first half than we usually do through 3 quarters. Mixon's got a hole, and he's in there untouched. The Rams score again. Mixon's second on the day. A dominant first half. And fans are booing now at Lumen Field. 45 seconds to play in the half. More pressure from Donald. Another incomplete throw from Howell. How has this offense operated all year long unless they just have injuries on their offensive line? This is incomprehensible how easily pressure is getting through. Like Donald is getting through like nobody's business. Howell scrambles for only 2 yards. They use their first timeouts. Need 8 yards on this screen. And they're going to get it. No, they're not. He's inches shy again. Another 4th and inches punts. The fans have seen enough. They're upset. The boos are loud. The 12th man is not having it. Hackett to the 29. Do we try and score before half? Go for 30. Craig is hit as he threw it. Figured out to get that pass away. Got 1 timeout, 19 seconds left. I might just run this ball out to end the second quarter. It's been a long game so far. Dixon will run this out, and that is going to get us to halftime. Rams looking like a dominant team right now. 27-0. Seattle showing no signs of life. Enough about our blow. What's going on through the rest of the NFL? The Cardinals are getting bludgeoned right now by the 10-2 Bengals, so they are pretty much as good as we are, and they're crushing the Cardinals just as we are. Our opponents, just not as good. Houston on the road in New Orleans, and they blew them out 23-0. Gary Thompson threw 2 picks. Stroud had a really efficient day. Baltimore's hosting the Niners, so they're going across the continent. And they win by 3 on the road against the 3-win Ravens. Lamar threw 3 touchdowns. Purdy did too. McCaffrey had a big day. So they win, but they're still bad, and the Rams are good. Things are looking up for us right now. Seattle comes out and starts from their 25. They're going to keep Sam Howell out there. They're not going to bring in the rookie Will Pollard, who still has only thrown one pass attempt all year long. Play action for Howell. He is rolling out and misses a throw on the move. That was going to be one of the easiest throws of his day so far. Back to throw again, and Warren Terry got there. No, it's Buckner instead. Never mind. He's got that knee brace on his elbow, just like Tyron Smith does. 3rd and 16 after another Sam Howell sack. He's also just, he's feeling pressure way too early. 4 for 18 passing. Can't say I've seen too many offensive games like the one the Seahawks are putting together. This is historically awful. We come back out from the 43. Incomplete on the slants. Got Kupp in the slot out there. Quick throw, incomplete again for Randolph. 2 straight passes jarred loose by Witherspoon to bring up 3rd and 10. Love to get this game over with here because we know who's going to win. Just about how long will it take us to get there. There's Kupp, and he's gone! Touchdown Rams! 57 yards to the house. The blowout continues, and the boos rain down from the stands. I love doing this on the road against our rivals. Perfect throw by Craig, just out of reach for Woolen. And Kupp's gone. I know that we're playing a terrible Seattle team, which was 4-8, but given how the rest of the year has gone, this team just feels different right now. We just feel different. Like way, way better than last year. The defense has pretty much had none of the issues that we had last year. Like, I can't think of any of them. And on the offensive end, we are taking care of the ball a whole lot better than last year. We are running the ball a lot better. We're getting the ball downfield a lot more efficiently. And I really can't think of too many complaints. Unless the injuries that we have in this game are going to pile up and might last into the playoffs. Otherwise, I feel great about where we are right now. There's Kenneth Walker's best run. Seattle's finally moving the ball somewhere. 51 total yards. Don't allow 99 more. No more. I want to get Baz on his X factor and make this even better than it already is. Howell's under pressure. Taken down. Half sacks for Donald and Hassan Reddick. Another big loss, or 4th sack of the day. Under 7 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cross-body throw broken up by Kenneth Murray. Not sure what these fans came in here expecting, but I don't think it was a 34-0 blowout. 3rd and 24. Howell dumps it for Walker. Wrapped up by Hackett. Only got 8 yards. Do they go for it or punt? They're going to have to punt. Showing no stones here in this second half. We're going to have it from the 21. 7 targets, 7 receptions for Cooper Kupp. Having a monster performance, one of his best of the season. This is Trumaine Donald for 5 yards on the little slant routes. He's got 5 receptions now. He's dropped a couple of them in traffic, but that's to be expected with him. Another quick one. This is Reinhardt's, just shy of the sticks. Seattle puts 6 in the box. Mixon can't outrun the linebacker. Who is that? That's Brooks. Brooks gets the stop. The Rams will punt. Punt is away. As the Rams go, what was that, 3 and outs or something? Still trying to see if the defense can pull together to give Baz Knight his X Factor, but probably not going to happen now as Metcalf hauls in a huge grab down the field in traffic. He was due for one of these plays. They've had nothing down the field at all until now. George Vance in coverage, DJ Reed as well, but that was actually a pretty easy grab for Metcalf. Here's Walker. Dragging a couple of tacklers. Ernest Jones now goes down. What is with all the injuries, man? We got 4 now in one game. Come on. Give me a break. We're 10-2. Please don't let injuries be the downfall of this team down the stretch. Please. I'm going to lose it if that's the case. Walker stuffed short. 2 yards to go on third. The Rams are stacking the box. They're going to go play action. First down. A broken tackle inside the 30-yard line. Trying to put points on the board for the first time. Howell under pressure. Complete to Walker. He's got a first down, just barely. And yeah, Bazant's not going to get that X factor unless we don't allow about 50 more yards. Got 102 total so far. Howell, cross-body throw, turning around. He's got Smith and Jigba. Red zone offense. Howell, pressure, sacked. Aaron Donald makes him go backwards. That's a big one right there. Donald has been owning this offensive line all day long. Pressure on like half of the throws for Sam Howell. Tyree Wilson also there. He'll get a half sack for that one. They need the 9-yard line for a first down. Howell over the middle. And, whoa, they just give him 4th and 2? He is way short. What a horrible spot that was. They're going to go for 3 anyways. Field goal is up and good. Seattle finally puts points on the board. Next drive for the Rams. Last play of the quarter. 3 yards for Mixon. Going to the 4th, up by 31. First play of the 4th. Back to Mixon. Big hole. First down. Might be one of our best rushing days in terms of scoring. We got 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 for Mixon, 1 for Craig. Don't usually have that many. We're usually a pass first team, obviously. But up by so many, can't help but run the ball. Good blocking there by Parson. Another big gain for Joe Mixon. Well, good to see us doing this without Trevor Offord for the vast majority of the game. Seriously. There's a good block by Kopp. Just trying to close this game out by milking the clock. Mixon. 4.5. From the 34, play action. Craig dumps it. Mixon's got a first down. Back to the ground, but in the backfield, Dubose is wrapped up on his first carry, loss of 3. Gonna throw it now. Craig has a man open. It's Donald inside the Seattle 30. And there's a false start on the left guard. Antonio backs up by 5, so going to be a 3rd and 12. From the 34-yard line, pretty much right where we had the last play from, so scratch the reception. We just give it to Mixon. That is such a lame play call, guys. Come on. Really? Going to settle for a field goal for Koo with 6 minutes to play. The kick is up, and it is good. 37-3. Trying to see if Bazak can get X Factor. Can we stall this Seahawks offense? I just a miss from Howell right there. I mean, they came in with a really good passing offense. That is true. So, this is an unprecedented performance by the defense, I guess. But 110 yards right now for Seattle. They need 40 to stop Bazak from getting the X Factor. They're going to get it. No! It's over. Damn it. Touchdown, KJ Hamler, wide open. That is on George Vance completely. What is he doing out there? He just watched him run right by him. That's on the rookie. That was the last play of the game, most likely. The Seahawks end with like 210 total yards, man. Like, why do they have to do that? Why did Vance have to allow that Hamler touchdown, man? Basley's not going to get X Factor now because of that. At least we won. Dominant game, 37-10. It was all too easy here at Lumen Fields. The Seahawks stink. A dominant win over the Seahawks. An amazing first half, capped off by a overall great defensive game. Craig was pretty damn good in this game. 1 touchdown, no picks. Took 3 sacks, but passed the ball very well. One of his better days on the season. Howell was not good whatsoever in this game. Joe Mixon was fantastic. 117, 2 scores, couple of really nice chunk runs. Damon Craig had that step-up touchdown run. Cooper Kupp tore them apart for a touchdown and 166 yards on a lot of targets. Reinhardt, Donald got involved too. And a lot of tackles for loss for Seattle. They were bringing a lot of pass rush, and they were also stacking the box against our runs. Donald, Reddick brought the sacks. Buckner did too. No INTs for either quarterback, and both kickers were perfect. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows as we have 2 new injuries. Please don't be Trevor Offord, man. I'm begging you. I don't see him on here. Thank Christ. But Ernest Jones is going to miss the rest of the season. At least 7 weeks. If you put him IR, he misses the rest of the season. If you don't, he could come back late in the playoffs. I think you have to hope for that. But you also lose your center, Zach McCoy, to 4 weeks, so he's going to be down. And McKinney is going to be coming back next week, I think. Or maybe after next week. We've got 4 weeks left on the season, so we'll get McCoy back for the playoffs. But for now, we're going to have to just ride out with essentially a 50-man roster. And that would mean that we get Offord back, thank God. But Nick Harris will slot in now as the center. He's done a good job as the backup. He was a key pickup for us way back when. And a middle linebacker, that means that Chris Barnes will be back in the fold. And he's been fantastic when he's played in that situation. So we'll see what he can do. I'll give Joe Styles the 3rd middle linebacker spot over Derek Graham. But what about Quincy Badznine? We know that he does not get X Factor because George Vance allowed the touchdown, and because Badznine just did not get the stats that he needed. And then coming off the game against the cold opponents, 4 straight wins after a loss against the Steelers, which this should be 11 straight wins or 12 straight wins since the opening week loss. We should be 12-1 right now. We're a dominant force. It's whatever. So we have 4 games left, including against the Packers, who are sub 500, the Seahawks, who we just played against, and the Vikings and Browns. I'm for sure going to watch Week 18 against the Browns, no matter what I think, unless we watch the Vikings. Not sure if they're any good. Let's find out. The Vikings are 6-7. The Browns are 6-1. So we're going to watch the Browns. Actually, you know what? What I might do is get ourselves to Week 18 in this episode. And then next episode, just have kind of a closeout episode where we just kind of watch the backups play against the Browns. Because we have a lot of good backups on the team. And we're going to pretty much probably have the first overall seat secured if we can win these last couple of weeks. So depending on how these next 3 weeks go, we'll see what our lineup should look like in Week 18. It's a breakout quarterback scenario for Daymond Craig. We got some words about him from Coach Leak. And he could get superstar dev if he throws 1 or fewer INTs and over 350 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns to increase his depth traits. Okay. Not going to show these upgrade points, but we have plenty for the entire team. I will show the one for Carl Graham at the least. He'll run topper for him as he is improving steadily here in his, his rookie year. Yep, that is correct. And then Joe Styles has come a long way. Just going to keep pounding speed rusher for him. He's up to a 72 now in his second season with 78 finesse moves, 74 power moves. Pretty well-rounded linebacker. Can really contribute here in this next season. We just dropped a trap game against Green Bay. Fourth quarter comeback fell short, and our defense just got absolutely shellacked by this Daniel Jones offense. Damon Craig had a near perfect game. But Daniel Jones, those 4 touchdowns, this is the best game against this defense all year long, and it comes in week 15 against a sub-500 team led by Daniel frickin' Jones. Give me a break. Hopefully it's just a one-time thing. Cooper Kupp had a massive day once again. 149, 2 scores, but Mike Williams and AJ McKinley tore us a new one. Trevor Offer only 31 yards, has really had a really bad second half of the season compared to what his first half was like. I'm not sure what's going on there. We got a sack for Donald and Buckner here. No INTs, both kickers were perfect. And Craig obviously does not get the X-Fact or the Superstar update because he just barely missed out on the yardage. Now here are all the players who are available to be extended this year. We have 21 players on the list, $120 million in cap room. A lot of guys to try and bring back to the team because we got to keep this team around as much as we can. So we're going to start off by offering Donald here. So obviously he's in his 4th season right now. Is having his best year with 57 yards a game, with the offense having a huge step up compared to last year, and just less injuries overall. He has been fantastic as the 3rd receiver behind Offord and Kupp, I think. So I think he's earned a deal. I don't know about $9 million, but I'm down for a 3-year deal for a little bit less than $9 million. He wants to wait a bit more time. I also want to bring back Jedrick Wills. He wants a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. To be our right tackle, he will return. Now not down to already $93 million. Son Reddick has a contract, as does Donald. These guys are both worth it. They've been absolutely stellar for us. It's going to be a lot of money, but they have been absolutely elite, game-changing players. 1 year, $28 million for Donald. And there goes a boatload of our money. Ernest Jones, we might have to be making some tough choices here with Kevin Dotson. Is probably going to be gone. Probably can't afford to bring him back. He wants a little bit too much money. David Parson wants some money to be the backup tight end. Awuzie, Bolton wants a bit too much, I think. Definitely not going to bring back Sam Williams. He wants too much. Childers, not sure about. Simmons, I think, is worth bringing back. Solid depth for a low amount of money. I think I am going to withdraw for Kevin Dotson. Just because he wants $6-7 million to be the backup right guard. It's not going to cut it. Now, David Parson wants a yearly cap of $7 million to be the backup tight end. Is that worth it? Probably not. Reinhardt has really stepped up. We offer him less money. Does he take it? He wants a bit better of a bonus. We'll see about that. Awuzie has been really good for us this year. I definitely want to bring him back for the defense because this defense, I want to keep this defense together because of how good they've been. We're trying to keep most of these pieces in place, like DJ Reed. Why not bring him back? He's back again. And a $28 million in cap. I'm probably not going to have hardly any free agent signings given what we're doing here. Definitely can't afford to bring back DeForest Buckner. In that case, do you go and rely on Carl Graham and Dante Childers more? Childers wants about $5 million a year. I don't know about that. Seems like a little bit too much. Quinton Lake wants $3.5 million over the next 2 seasons. Colby Wooden, we're going to withdraw. He wants too much for that overall. Batonio, I want to bring him back, but I don't know if we can afford that. That would cut our cap room in half. We're not going to bring back Herbert. He's having a horrible season. Joe Mixon we'll think about. Also got the options for Warren, Terry, and Craig. Could also restructure some contracts. That is possible. I am going to bring Batonio back. I think he's been too good to not bring back. I'll lower the salary a little bit by a few mil. And he's back again. So now, still trying to negotiate with Donalds. But I think I am going to withdraw for Ernest Jones now. I think he wants a little bit too much money. And we got Chris Barnes as well, who could step up. So, those are your contracts for now. We'll do more of these over the next couple of weeks. Childers wants $5 million a year again, so we'll see. You bounce back with another win over Seattle. A much closer game this time around, but Craig, 3 touchdowns, threw 2 picks, but was really, really good. Tim Howell, 1 touchdown, no INTs. Kenneth Walker and Mixon both kind of struggled. Jose Dubose had 5 carries for a touchdown. Cooper Kupp has a monster game once again. Offered 85 yards. Hamler, a touchdown. Dubose caught one, as did Reinhardt. Blocking wise, a sack allowed from Stanley. We got one from Aaron Donalds. And we threw 2 picks to Woolen and Witherspoon. But both kickers missed a field goal. We're 12-3, the only 12-3 team, but there are 3 teams at 11-4. The Eagles, Lions, and Falcons still trying to fight for the 1 seed. So, if we can just... winning out obviously secures you the 1 seed, but if you win this weekend, these 3 teams lose somehow, all of them, then you secure the 1 seed. We'll see what happens this next week. More contract negotiations here. Previous offer, we're going to up a little bit for Donalds, and he accepts. So he stays around. We've got $9.4 million in cap room right now. Probably can't afford to bring Chad Bolton back. As for Quinton Lake, probably going to have to let him hit despite his solid play. So right now, money is becoming much more of a problem. I definitely want to bring Younghoe Koo back. Townsend has been a great punter for us. I think he's worth more than anybody else. And to be honest, I might even draft a running back in this next year. We could. I think, yeah, the money's tough here. Let's restructure a couple things. Let me just try to restructure Aaron Donald's contract and seeing how much the cap space fluctuates for the re-signings. We freed up a lot more room because of that, and I think it's smart because he's going to retire after next year probably, so this allows us to keep a couple of players around, kind of push some stuff down the line, and give us this championship window here with Craig still on his rookie contract. So let's negotiate again with Parson. I'll up the bonus by a little bit, and now he'll stick around as the backup tight end behind Reinhardt. And now you can afford to retain Childers on a cheap 2-year contract. Maybe now you should have not withdrawn some of these offers, but you can bring back Mixon, but he's going to regress a lot, you would have to imagine. You do want to bring back Tommy Townsend 100%. He's been great. Is there anybody else besides Mixon? I don't think so. We'll still have the last chance, I think, with these guys. Might have a chance to bring these guys back in the open market, but the restructure works. Okay. We drop one against the Vikings here, despite the defense putting together another great performance. What the heck, man? Only 10 points despite outgaining them? Are you serious? Craig threw 2 picks in his worst game of the season. 195 yards, 2 picks. Come on, man. You're going to see why I'm mad here in a moment. Both running backs ran the ball well. Off for 90 yards. Kupp did nothing in this game. Come on. 2 sacks for Reddick, Donald, and Bands. They all got a lot going on. But Byron Murphy picks us off twice. Why? 2 missed a field goal. Are you serious, dude? Right when it matters the most, you just got a new contract. Huge loss right there against the Vikings. Because guess what? Every single 11-4 NFC team won their game. If we don't beat the Browns and one of these teams win, we have choked away the 1 seed here in year 5. This game against the 8-7-1 Browns becomes even more crucial than we could have imagined. I thought it wasn't going to matter that much, but it's going to, because the team has just lost 2 of their last 3 games, just randomly, in the most important stretch of the season. 4-5 game against the Browns. No idea what to expect against this team that's been middle of the pack. I want to blow this team out, but we're going to have to wait until next episode to see how the year unfolds. Here's your playoff picture as of right now. But potentially, we could be in trouble here. But I don't want to even think that. We're not going to get Zach McCoy back or anything. I mean, missing Ernest Jones. Wait, no, McCoy is back this week. But Donald's going to miss thanks to a broken finger, of course. It's always something with this team. Always somebody missing time. So we get McCoy back. That's good. And going to have Randolph is going to have to really step up today. Going to have to really step up. It means that Brian Saban and David Parson will get more playing time, as well as Wendell Chambers. Oh, man. They have that defensive tackle, by the way. Derek Brown, or Derek Smith, or whatever his name was. Where is he? He was like a beast. Yeah, Derek Smith already up to like a 91. He's an X Factor. Christ. That's who we're up against. Going to be tough to run the ball, I would have to think. McCoy might have his hands full. And for game plan, what do you do? I mean, they've been a really good passing team, a poor running team, so at least defend the pass to some extent. And then, honestly, why not trust the team? Throw it deep. It's what worked against Seattle. This is not a good defense, so let's trust the offense here. We're going to have Trevor Alford back. Hopefully he does not get hurt during this game. We're going to have Cooper Kupp. We're only missing Trumaine Donalds. Hopefully nobody's hurt in practice. We're going to lose Derek Graham, but he wasn't going to play anyways. Okay. The last thing before we wrap up here is going to be upgrade points. Got 1 for Craig. And for him, I think I want the deep accuracy to be better. Or the throw on the run. I think the throw on the run actually might be more important there. But if we're throwing the ball deep accuracy matters. Let's do strong arm. Okay, good stuff right there. We'll see if he's in store for a superstar upgrade here for his yearly performance. For Trevor Alford, I think he for sure is, but he definitely has had a steep drop-off in the second half of the season. But for him, I want to go with probably just more release maybe, or short route running. Let's do physical. Plus a release. Hell yes. Perfect for him. And we got, did he get +1 speed? No, I don't think so. But this year, over 1,300 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's not much of a touchdown grabber, but he has nearly doubled his receptions, and he is putting up monster yardage this season. But that is going to do it, folks. That is going to do it. We have 1 game left on the schedule against the Browns, who don't have the best offense in the league. They're 77 overall. We have still a top 3 scoring offense. the best defense in the entire league. But we've lost 2 out of our last 3. We have to play our starters fully, and we're fighting for the 1 seed in this game. That's it. See you guys later. Peace out.